Something completely unexpected just happened. And honestly, it feels like we're witnessing history in real time. Imagine this. A single artist holding the #1 spot on a chart every single week without a break for nearly 2 entire years. Sounds impossible, right? But that's exactly what BTS's Jin has achieved. And as if that wasn't enough to shake the music industry, he's now set to conquer Japan with a new commercial that has fans screaming his name across the entire country. Jin isn't just breaking records anymore. He's rewriting the very definition of what it means to be a global superstar. Let's take a deep dive into this incredible story. For the second week of September, Jin once again claimed the #1 spot on My One Pic's K-pop individual weekly ranking, pulling in over 9.6 million hearts from fans. That victory marked his 81st consecutive week at #1. Just stop and think about that. 81 weeks. That's more than 560 days. Every single week since the end of February last year, no one has been able to dethrone him. But Jin's dominance doesn't stop at the weekly charts. He has also been the monthly champion for 17 consecutive months, from April of last year until this August. Month after month, his fans rallied behind him, voting relentlessly, and he never once faltered. In fact, in the August monthly chart, he secured an overwhelming 40.37% of the total votes. That's not just winning, that's crushing the competition. And here's the thing, it isn't only about numbers. Jin's rankings show something deeper, the loyalty, love, and dedication of a fandom that refuses to let go. Every heart, every vote, every stream is like a message to him. We're here, we're not going anywhere. And Jin responds in kind, not just as an idol, but as an artist who keeps proving himself. Let's talk about his music. Jin's second solo mini-album, Echo, released in May of last year, has already surpassed 600 million streams on Spotify. That's not just a streaming number. It's 600 million moments where fans pressed play to feel his voice, his emotions, his artistry. The album has also stayed on the Billboard World Albums chart for over 15 weeks, making it the only K-pop solo album of 2025 to achieve such longevity. And Jin didn't just sing, he poured his soul into that album. Fans describe Echo as a mirror of his journey. His soft but powerful vocals, the emotional lyrics, the way each track feels like a conversation with listeners. No wonder it continues to resonate worldwide. But while Jin is making waves in music, he's also making headlines in another field, advertising. Just recently, Japanese media confirmed that Jin has been chosen as the new ambassador for Lucidoel Japan, a major beauty brand known for its hair products. His commercial was launched online on September 17th and will begin airing on Japanese terrestrial TV starting October 14th. And the reaction? Nothing short of explosive. The brand released videos, photos, and behind-the-scenes clips of Jin, even decorating their official website entirely with his images. Social media lit up with hashtags, fans flooded the comments with excitement, and Japanese media described him as a god of beauty. And let's be real, Jin's reputation in advertising is already legendary. He's a global ambassador for Gucci, Fred, Alo, Dolby, Laneige, Otogi Jin Ramen, Dongwon Tuna, and more. And every single brand he touches turns into gold. Sales skyrocket. Products sell out. Whether it's a luxury necklace worth 130 million won, skincare products at Sephora, ramen exports, or even canned tuna, once Jin is involved, the demand becomes unstoppable. Think about this. Laneige's sales jumped over 30% after Jin became their model. Fred jewelry sold out. Otogi Jin Ramen recorded its highest ever exports. Even in the US, sales of Jin Ramen surged by more than 50% year on year, all because Jin lent his name and face to the brand. He's not just a model, he's a phenomenon. What makes this even more emotional is that Jin is doing all this after serving his country. He didn't shy away from military duty. He became an instructor, earning respect for his leadership and discipline. And yet, as soon as he returned, he continued to shine, not just with his looks, but with his talent, charisma, and authenticity. That's why he's called not only the world's most handsome man, but also the soul-protecting artist. His fans see him not just as a star, but as someone who gives them strength, comfort, and inspiration. And when you combine that with his unstoppable brand power, you get a man who is more than an idol. You get a global icon. 81 weeks on top, 17 months undefeated, 600 million streams, Billboard charting. a new Japanese commercial, and a fan base that loves him beyond words. So the question now is, how far will Jin go? Will he continue to dominate the charts? Will his next album break even bigger records? Or will his influence expand into entirely new industries? One thing is certain. With Jin, there's no such thing as enough. Every time we think he's reached the peak, he builds a new mountain to climb, and every time he takes his fans with him. This isn't just success. This is legacy in the making.